Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, May 22. The Bank of Jamaica BOJ is reporting a 3.2% inflation rate for April 2018. BOJ Governor Brian Winter says the figure, which was released by Statin, fell below the bank's target range of 4 to 6%. As inflation directly reflects and impacts the general rate at which goods and service prices increase, Mr. Winter says the news is an encouraging sign for the economy.
Inflation was lower than the target, mainly due to the sharper than anticipated decline in agricultural prices since January this year, reflecting the recovery in agricultural output.
The central bank governor was speaking at BOJ's quarterly monetary policy report media briefing on Monday. He said a decline in electricity costs also contributed to the lower than projected inflation rate. Based on these developments, the BOJ is projecting inflation for the fiscal year to be slightly lower than the 4 to 6% range indicated in February.
The projected path now incorporates the impact of the decline in agricultural food prices that has occurred, but it also includes the impact of the upturn in crude oil prices that we've been seeing since July last year. The recent upturn in grains prices is also included.
In the meantime, Mr. Winter says the economy continues to show signs of a gradual recovery. Meanwhile, Minister without portfolio in the Finance Ministry, Favour Williams, says the lower inflation rates being seen allow for long-term planning and investment. While making her contribution to the sectoral debate, Ms. Williams said low inflation also bodes well for the stabilization of prices for goods and services.
That, Mr. Speaker, is the Jamaica in which we're headed, where there is price stability as the main goal of monetary policy, where there is transparency and accountability.
She added that with the move to change the BOJ's governance structure to respond to eventualities and be accountable for inflation in the economy, we can expect greater capital inflows.
The dividends are that the private sector can anchor its expectations about future inflation around the target. It becomes a self-reinforcing cycle, one that we expect to become a part of our experience for a very, very long time.
State Minister for National Security Rudyard Spencer says overcrowding at the Tower Street and St. Catherine Adult Correctional Centers will be eased by the construction of a 304-cell block at the Tamarind Farm Adult Correctional Center.
The aim is to reduce the overcrowding at the two main maximum security facilities by way of classification and transfer to the new block at Tamarind Farm facility.
After sentencing, an offender is sent directly from the court to the St. Catherine, Tower Street or Fort Augusta Adult Correctional Centers. The reclassification program reduces the burden on these institutions by assessing whether inmates are low, medium or high-risk offenders. The low-risk inmates are then transferred from overcrowded facilities to others that are under capacity.
This has already borne fruit. There has been an increase of 443 inmates reclassified and transferred in 2016 to 563 inmates in 2017. This represents a 27% increase in the number of inmates reclassified and transferred.
Still in Parliament, Minister Spencer says the National Security Ministry will be installing closed-circuit television CCTV systems throughout all correctional and remand centers.
This will significantly improve the DCS monitoring capability and act as a deterrent to people wanting to bring prohibited items into our facilities.
Minister Spencer says an electronic case management system will also be introduced this financial year to improve operations within the Department of Correctional Services. This will replace the current paper-based system to effectively manage offenders. In other news, the Ministry of Health will be delivering 150 fully equipped midwifery bags to the regional health authorities. The bags, which value over €50,000, were donated by the European Union and are being distributed under the Programme for the Reduction of Maternal and Child Mortality (PROMAC). The bags will aid in the delivery of newborns and postnatal checks. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the donation marks an important step in Jamaica's drive to improve health outcomes for mothers and their children.
And so we're grateful, we're happy, because it is assisting us in our commitment to meeting those Millennium Development Goals 4 and 5. It's allowing us to demonstrate our true intellectual capacity and potential from the training that we have received.
The handover ceremony for the midwifery bags was held at the offices of the Planning Institute of Jamaica. And finally, the Child Protection and Family Services Agency will this month launch an anti-bullying campaign for schools.
Our anti-bullying campaign will highlight the prevalence of bullying and give real-life scenarios and indicate how our children that are being bullied can get help.
Minister Green says the anti-bullying messages will be transmitted on television and social media, as well as through roadshows, school and community visits. In addition, he says social workers will be employed to visit and assess the homes of children who exhibit bullying tendencies. The anti-bullying campaign is one of 3 major public education initiatives to be rolled out by the Child Protection and Family Services Agency. The others are focused on corporal punishment and child protection. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.